Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a wonderful one as we dive into a little bit more face value. Hope that you guys are having a wonderful evening. Hope you guys are just feeling well, having a good one out there. Today we're going to take the next 3 tracks on the album. A lot of you had said to take these next 3 tracks in tandem and together. So we're going to go ahead and do so. The Roof is Leaking. Well, we didn't have a roof leak here at the house, but we did have, we actually still have some sort of opening somewhere that's allowing water in. We Droned is the next track, and then Hand in Hand right after that, of course, off of Face Value from Phil Collins. I'm excited to dive into it. Hope that you're excited to dive into it. So let us get our scuba gear, our snorkels, prepare for the dive. Let's see, which way does this thing go? Right about there. And let's go ahead and do it. Buy Me a Coffee's there. If you'd like to sponsor a song request, Patreon exclusive content, and the usual right here where you are on YouTube. Press that like button. Before we get into it, if you don't mind, just clickety-clickety, snack back that thing. Here we go. The Roof is Leaking. Is it going to start off with a drip drip? No, crickets.
It's been months now since we heard from our Mary. I wonder if she ever made the coast, where she and a young man, they both moved out there. I sure hope they're right, just to let us know. And me, I'm getting stronger by the minute. My wife's expecting, but I hope she can wait. Cause this winter looks like it's gonna be another bad one. But spring will soon be here. Oh. But I hope it's not late.
I love this kind of Appalachian folk kind of sound. That
Mom and Pa lived here and years before them. They try their hardest to make it a home. Seems so long now since they passed over. Hold my children and try to make
kind of an interesting string sound.
Mama, roof is leaking and the wind is howling.
Nice guitar transition.
The kids are crying, cause the sheets are so cold. Woke this morning and my hands were frozen. Oh, I've tried to fix the fire, but you know the damn thing's too old. But me, oh, I'm getting stronger by the minute. My wife's expecting, but I hope she can wait. Cause this winter looks like it's gonna be another bad one. But spring will soon be here. Oh. God, I hope it's not late.
I love the lyrics in that one. And the guitar picking, the banjo, everything was really, really nice. building the ambience out of the night. Like it seems to come, the instrumentation seems to come from the darkness, slowly becoming illuminated. This is a wonderful atmosphere. Someone's playing piano there. That's like the classical Hindustani kind of music. That kind of this is really cool. It's kind of like Duchess from Duke. It's like a little frog in the back of the bass. Wow. That's really good. It's so good to hear Phil behind the drum set like this. That bass is phenomenal. That's catchy too. Love that change on the drums. That open hi-hat. He's showing off. Sorry, I'm sorry. So sorry. Well, we weren't kidding. Okay. These three tracks are incredibly distinct from each other, encompassing completely different themes, sounds, sonically, tonally, they couldn't be more different from one another. But yes, absolutely correct in how the tracks transition from one to the next, of course, but it would kind of seem incomplete listening to one without the other. I would have definitely got it, but you're gaining something so much more when playing these three tracks together. The roof is leaking. Just to give a quick summary on these tracks, I love how it kind of moves into, to me, a Appalachian folk kind of sound with the banjo. I guess if it was Appalachian, to have a dulcimer and stuff like that as well. But I like how it has that particular sound alongside of the lyrics in the story. From someone very impoverished, looking for the spring to get out of the winter because they don't know if they'll have enough to survive the winter. And I like how it has that humility lyrically and how it really portrays that so brilliantly through the music. I think the banjo playing is really fantastic. And I love how you have those little pockets of, after Phil's done singing, instrumentally, it just briefly has a pocket of, nice guitar and on banjo and such. That's going to be performed by Daryl Stuermer, of course, Genesis alumni in many ways. Maybe not officially, but, touring just like Chester. Which I read an article a long time ago, not that long ago, I guess about, Chester and Genesis and, never invited to necessarily be an official member. Anyways, there's a whole thing. Anyways, but that was really, really fantastic. How that was done, how it was performed, brilliant performance, especially from the guitarist and the banjo, but also going to have Joe Partridge on slide guitar here. You're also going to have Clapton on guitar. There's a lot of strings, which of course makes sense in the themes and the sound that you hear there. And they just play absolutely brilliantly. That was a fantastic opening. Then the next two tracks are pretty much instrumental, really, besides some vocalizations. As it moves into droned, I like how it kind of turns off the lights. And we got to turn it on again. Please clap. after that. And little by little, everything in the dark, the music is illuminated. You know, the drums, the gentle pulse of the nights, everything starts to kind of come in. Eventually, we get into a full-formed, really great, fantastic track from, kind of led, I would say, by Shankar on here, playing the tambura. You hear those vocal drums that, I'm sure there's a better, I know that there's an actual term for it, but those kind of vocalizations that you hear in a lot of like Indian classical music and stuff, like they're kind of emulating and playing along with like the tabla and such. And I think that is such a cool sound how that's done. It's such a cool percussive sound as well, and it just adds to the flow. It's kind of like scatting in some ways, except it has a little bit more of a percussive sound, and I think that's partly because it really does sound like when they're playing tabla or any of those other percussion instruments, and he does it amazingly there. Obviously, you have the violin included by him. It's just a cool kind of gently turning on the lights from the darkness as all those instruments line up and one by one appear before it just becomes this really fantastic track. I love the piano in there as well. Like, let me pull it up real quick. The piano behind is so gorgeous. Kind of giving that fun off-key or off-beat kind of time signature, and it's so rhythmic. And then you have the gentle ambience of the keyboards beneath that. But then when it gets into that, how brilliant. I think that is so cool. And then you move into Hand in Hand, and we have a Phil Collins drum moment in there. As you have with the first track on the album, which we haven't covered because, I mean, maybe sometime I'll cover it, but you know, we don't need to cover In the Air tonight. But as it moves into Hand, the children's choir, which I see is apparently several children choirs from LA. That's like such a catchy melody that they all sing. And then the way that the track is built around it, it's like almost a showcase for Collins' drumming. And is it so welcome to hear him doing what he's doing? Because he does it so well. His drumming is fantastic. It's big. It's epic. And what I really like about it is actually kind of like In the Air Tonight, when that big drum fill comes in from Collins, it comes in powerfully, majestically, really kind of like a lightning crash out of nowhere. On a gentle night, the lightning just crashes, kind of disturbing the air. And yet, it doesn't do anything like typical. It's not like a big drum fill that comes in as an introductory to a measure, and then it gets into like it's not like a it's not, I don't know why it's not like that. I sound like Korn, but it just kind of holds back. Just playing on those toms gives a lot of space still for the melodies and the rest of the instrumentation to kind of grow around it. And the way he directs that, I think, is very unique to Phil Collins and the way that he plays. Like, when he does come in, let me see. Listen to when he comes in. It's the way he continues after that big, powerful entrance. It's the way that it goes on from it. Listen. It's coming up. See? See all the space that he leaves while keeping that powerful groove kind of going? To me, it's kind of unorthodox, maybe especially at the time. But I think that it makes it so much more impactful. And it keeps the focus on the song. It keeps a lot of the focus on the rest of the musicians, on the vocals. And let's not go there. It just keeps it very much focused instead of making it a showstopper and keeping that focus on the drummer, which there's nothing wrong with, but I just appreciate how Collins does it. He plays the drums absolutely wonderfully, as you would expect, and this whole thing feels like a cool showcase for his drum skills, while not necessarily being not being like a solo, you know, like not taking away from what it is, the song at large. Just absolutely brilliant. How that's done. The horns, the EWF section comes back in, and it makes it a fun track as a whole. And in some ways, I would argue that these three tracks kind of echo the Duke suite, however you want to pronounce it. Especially, it gets into a little bit of like where was it, man? It was in one of the transitions, and I'm forgetting, to be honest. But the way that it brings in one of the sounds is like directly, like this. This is directly from Duke, man. And when did Duke come out again? Let me Google it really quick. Like, I don't want to hear it. Duke came out in 1980. This was 81, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this was 81, so a year later. So it's definitely possible that he still had a few Duke bullets in the chamber, so to speak. All right, let's look at the lyrics, of which there's only one track here that had the lyrics. The roof is leaking and the wind is howling. Kids are crying because the sheets are cold, or so cold. Woke this morning, found my hands were frozen. I've tried to fix the fire, but you know the damn thing's too old. It's been months now since we heard from our Mary. I wonder if she ever made the coast. Was she and her young man, they both moved out of there. I'm sure they write, just let us know. So evidently Mary and her man, they've left to go find better opportunities and, of course, kind of get out of that, poverty-stricken situation. And he just hopes that they're doing okay. And me, I'm getting stronger by the minute. My wife's expecting, but I hope she can wait because the winter looks like it's going to be another bad one, but spring will soon be here. But I hope it's not too late. I hope my wife can wait, but I hope spring will not. So it's a really effective line. Mom and Pa lived here, and theirs before them. They tried their hardest to make it a home. Seems so long now since they passed over. Hope my children will try to make it their own. But my roof is leaking and the wind is howling. The kids are crying because the sheets are so cold. Woke this morning and my hands were frozen. Oh, I've tried to fix the fire, but it's too old. And of course, the lyrics go on again. This time we hope the winter will pass quickly and spring will be here. I love this line, try to make it the hardest to make it a home, right? And he's kind of lamenting that he doesn't have this home to pass down to his children in a way that's an improvement in their lives, And I think that that's a very effective line, of course, also if the sheets are cold and such. It's just, I think that those lyrics are really, really effective, very heartfelt, and I think very hard-hitting in many ways. So really fantastic 3 tracks. Let me know what you guys thought of it, of course, in the comments down below. Hope that you've had a wonderful time listening to me go on and on and on. The music going on, but more pleasurably than myself. The Buy Me a Coffee is there if you'd like to sponsor a song request. Press that like button before you leave. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all later. Bye, guys.